defence. Wilco makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello, dear viewer and listener and people emptying the bins, and welcome to a Bergkamp Wonderland. It is the eve of a brand new season. Don't start me, Josh. The Charity Shield is not the start of the season. It's an amuse-bouche. Not sure what that means. To the season, it's like you're having a sneaky handful of Pringles before dinner. That's all that is. This tonight is the real preview of the season that's going to start tomorrow. So until
season Eve, is it season Eve?
Hold on, Man City played tonight, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah, it's already started.
Welcome to the beginning of the season today, not tomorrow. Ha ha! Oh dear, messed that one up, didn't I? Anyway, it's our first preview. It only seems like 5 minutes ago, Stan, that we were doing previews and post-game shows, and it's all, what have you done for the last 6 weeks? Because it seems to have flown by, doesn't it?
I was just thinking that as you was doing your opening, I was thinking, well, have we got to the opening of the new season already? Usually it feels like it drags a bit. This one seems to be like it only just really finished.
Does it is it's horrible. It's not horrible, it's great, but it's gone so quick, and most of it I spent inside because the weather was awful. Yesterday was brilliant and I slept in. Today was okay, but I had a bath. Big Bob come round and helped me have a rub-a-dub scrub, and then so I'm all nice and clean wearing my towels. That's why I'm not wearing a boob tube ready for the beach, and I'm not going to Ibiza like the child is. Hello to everybody in the chat. We have Clock Orange, we have Phil Macker, Joshua Page, sorry, and Mr. Waffles. He's a waffly versatile. Wasted on him, but Stan knows what I mean. And yes, so let's go through a few of the normal stuff that we go through. Where can you see the game? I hear absolutely nobody asking. Well, you can go and watch it on Sky Go Italia, Now TV, and it says Sky Sport Summer, Sky Sport Calizio. What's this nonsense? I'm in the UK. Don't mess with me. Stan, pick a country and I'll tell you where it's on.
Ecuador.
That's my best Ecuadorian. ESPN and Star Plus. Right. It's at 12:30 tomorrow, and I think this is saying that it's going to be... No, I'm sure it's on bloody telly somewhere, isn't it? Maybe they've just not updated it. Maybe if I go down to the bottom and it will tell me in the UK... TNT, normally it's at the top of the page. TNT Sports 1, Discovery Plus, TalkSport Radio UK, Discovery Plus app, TN Sports Ultimate. It's too many choices, Stan. It confuses me. Where will you be watching? Will you be watching it because it is a 4 a.m., 4:30 kickoff a.m. for you, isn't it?
I will not be getting up at 4:30 a.m., especially as I'm working in the afternoon. So I'll be getting up. It's on Peacock. So that means I can get up at about 9, 10 o'clock. And just watch it fresh, like I don't know what the score is without looking at any social media. So I will be doing that.
Oh, well, I'm not doing the post-game show till 6 p.m. So if you're around, that would be about 10 a.m. your time. That's not enough time, is it? Not enough time indeed. Let's have a little look at the injury table. Right, we've got Gabriel Jesus out until the 16th of September, which is about 5 days. Currently being assessed. It's still a bit early. It's been less than 2 weeks since his operation. He's been doing really well. Good boy. And next week, hopefully, he can start doing some activity, but it's something where we're going to be cautious. Okay. Albert Sambi Lukonga, in reason, other. That's code word for there's nothing wrong with him. We're trying to sell him. And it says late fitness test, but I saw today been linked with a move to Burnley for 20 million, or Burnley on loan. And I think after tonight's result, they need someone in midfield who can kick people. Reece Nelson, ankle for injury, potential return the 12th of August. That's no good. That's tomorrow. Maybe that is good. Late fitness test, 50%. Balogun, ankle foot injury, and well, that's from late July, so that's irrelevant what they've put there. It's a little foot injury. No, he doesn't. I'm trying to sell him. I didn't know who George Louis Philo it was. Apparently Jorginho. Jorginho is missing from the matchday squad due to a slight muscle issue. 75% chance, late fitness test. Zinchenko, and this has got someone struggling there. Shoulders going, I don't fucking know what's up with him. Nobody does. But he can play for the Ukraine in the charity match. That's all that matters. And El Neni, this quote is from the 31st of January, so it is moribund. Forget about that. And Nottingham Forest, have they got any injuries? They've only got 5. Omar Richards, never heard of you. Wayne Hennessy, no. Someone, Almeida, no. Nikahati, no. And Taiwo and Tuo, no, never heard of any of your players, so I'm not bothered. Are you worried about the Jesus injury?
Not really, in the sense that whoever he wants to play for the middle is basically now from a similar ilk, right? I mean, in the Charity Shield, he didn't go to Eddie, did he? He went with Havertz, and Havertz, I would say, is kind of like that sort of plays in a false 9. Trossard plays in the same way. So I think that when Jesus is out, he's got players that can play in a similar way. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, because he's not an out-and-out striker. Yeah, I agree with that. So we've got players that can nip in. Who's messaging you? It's getting on my nerves. Put it on mute, boy.
I've got a delivery arriving any second now, apparently.
So you'll be off.
Just for a second, though. Just got to run downstairs and grab it.
Is it the usual wonderful stuff?
I think it is once a month.
Oh, right, lovely. So yeah, I'll go and.
Everything's happening at the same time here at the moment. It's one of those days where everything's like the missus has just walked out the door. She's gone away for 2 weeks. Delivery's turning up. You're half dressed. Everything's happening at the same time.
Yeah. It sure is a doozy. Let's have a look at some of the stats that they have got. I'm stealing these from Transfer Market. It says total market value: Arsenal 1.2 billion, Forest 337 million. What's an O with an O market value? Well, how can that mean anything? Ours is 36 million and theirs is 9. Oh, average. That O with a 0 with a mark through it must be average. Our average player value 36, theirs is 9. Average age 25.2 for us, 27.2 for them. International players 22.19 for us. And number of foreigners 24.26 to us. Club members 130,000 and they've got a question mark. I don't know if that means the Joker or whether it means they don't know. Let's have a little look through some of the records against each other. Steve Cooper, match record against Arsenal, played 3. He's won 2 and lost 1. And against Arteta, it's the same. And his, they will mirror image of each other. They've only ever managed each other against each other. So I won't bother reading out Arteta's. Most valuable player for Arsenal, 120 million, Saka. And there's 40 million, Morgan Gibbs White, who I think was pretty decent for the England under-21s in the whatever they played in the summer that they won. I'm sure he was in there. And what else have we got? Players that we have swapped between the two teams. Matt Turner, Josie Usu-Totu, Carl Jenkinson, attention, Corporal, Chupa Chupa Apcom, Josh Reese, Henry Lansbury, who's just retired. Who else? Aaron Ramsey went there on loan. Who else? Matt Upson went there on loan. Wow. Good. Super Kevin Campbell. We sold him for 4.2 million in 1994. What a wonderful man. Viv Anderson. We bought him from Forest for 300 grand in 1984. Remember that? What a player he was. That was a bargain, wasn't it?
A lot of business between the two clubs.
It is indeed. Loki's jumped in with a Tony Woodcock. Let's see if I go as far as a Tony Woodcock. Willie Young. Colin Addison. Willie Young. No, they haven't done Tony Woodcock, which is a bit of a shame. And I haven't missed it. They just haven't added it. One of the most famous Forest players to also play for Arsenal. He was magnificent. And I would say that was roughly 1984. Previous games, Stan, we've not had much luck, have we? We're looking at...
Hold on. My delivery's here.
You go and get that, and I'll talk to the boys and girls at home. Colin Addison, says Melvin. Yeah, that was another one. But Tony Woodcock was a hell of a signing for us. I think Forest sold him to Cologne. Cologne sold him to Arsenal, and Arsenal sold him back to Cologne. I'm sure that's the way it went. And if it didn't go that way, then don't worry about it. So Paul Nell Not Neil says, Danny making me go from 6 to midnight. Have I done that? What are you on about? He also says, oi, oi. Boy 10 is there. He will throw a spanner in the works going to Havertz. You reckon? Who do people think you lot? Who should we play up front in the Jesus role? Let me know and I'll read it out. Apart from Phil, who's going to say a goalkeeper, because that's the kind of thing he does. Pete says, I thought the ringing bell was Skinny Mike and the ex-Roasty. Tried tapping me up on WhatsApp yesterday. He said, I'm free to do one of the prediction shows. I said, done them all. Done them all. You're dead to me, boy. And I blocked him. Here we go. Boy 10 says, Arteta has to go Eddie if we're meant to be convinced that he trusts him. He has to go Trossard because he looks electric. Lovely. Phil says, Viv was a great player. He absolutely was. And what a gentleman too. Mr. Waffles, Woodcock had an epic throw. Did. Oh, Mr. Waffles says he wants Trossard in the Jesus role. Clock Orange says front three of Trossard, Havertz and Saka. Oh, what's up with Martinelli, dear boy? What are you doing? Phil says Trossy baby. Fair enough. G4E Arsenalitis. The Sorry dress looks good with your beard. It's my towel. It's tucked underneath my armpits. I had a bath. I know. Thank you for the birthday wishes before anybody starts. Loki says Woodcock v Spurs 2-0 Boxing Day 1983, 54,000 there. Oh, great days. And Pete says Eddie starts, probably prefer Trossard. Was it the delivery that you wanted, Stan?
It was.
Who would you play up front tomorrow now that we can't have Jesus? Most people here are going Trossard, but Clock Orange said a front three are Trossard, Havertz and Saka, with Havertz in the front row.
I think I would probably go more towards Trossard. He's looked so good in pre-season.
Mm.
When he's in the team as well, we seem to play at a slightly higher tempo. Everything seems just a little bit more physier and quicker.
That is very true.
With Trossard in the team. So
And
I'd like to go there. Sorry?
And he's hungry.
Yeah. I mean, you can't fault the way that he's knocking on the door to be a starter in that starting 11. He's doing everything that you can ask of a player that's trying to force their way into a starting place. But then again, though, it is always nice to have a couple of pieces on the bench that can come into a game and not just be a warm body for someone that's going off, but can come in and actually add value, whether it's goals or assists. And he's also got that a little bit like ESR as well.
Yeah, I like that. If someone's going to come on, then they're going to come on and do a decent job. And if they're not going to do that, then there's no point bringing them on. I know at the end of the game, sometimes give people a bit of a rest, but
I just think with what we're doing through that middle position, if you want to call it that, the false nine that Jesus plays. If Eddie, if Jesus goes down and Eddie isn't the next one to get the nod, then what is Eddie really doing being part of the squad? I was always under the impression that he was the next one to come in, but it looks like that he would rather go with players that play almost in a similar style to Jesus, which I think Trossard and Havertz do more than Eddie, right? Eddie kind of tends to spend his time more around the tip of the attack, right? I would say, edge of the penalty box, in the penalty box, where the others will come a bit deep. So it looks like that's how he wants to play all of the time. So if you say, okay, then sell Balogun and sell Eddie and spend that money on another forward, that forward coming in, is that going to be another false nine, or will that player be a player that plays in a different style? Say, and I'm just picking a name out of the lack of Vlahovic.
They do want rid of him, don't they? There's talk of them swapping him with Lukaku.
But it seems like Mikel doesn't want to play with a striker that plays in that way. Otherwise, Eddie would be getting more of the chances, right?
True. Well, we'll see. This time tomorrow, we will know. Hopefully have some idea about what's going on. And it's not a dress, you idiots, and it's not my birthday. I had a bath. How fucking rude. Where were we up to, Stan? Previous games against Nottingham Forest at home in the Premier League. See, last season we lost away in the Premier League 1-0, but then at home we smashed them 5-0. And the time before that we played them at home in the Premier League was August 1998. We beat them 2-1. So pointless going any further back than then. But we did beat them 5-0 in the League Cup at home in September 2019. But they also beat us in 2018 in the FA Cup and 2022 in the FA Cup. Does that give you much hope for tomorrow, or do you think these previous results mean absolutely nothing?
Yeah, I think they mean absolutely nothing.
Good. Waste of my time then, isn't it?
I think we're a much different beast now of the way we play, the depth that we have. I always felt that Mikel, last season could have gone to the bench more, but probably didn't because he felt that it was maybe too much of a drop-off with whoever he brought in. But now you can probably, I was saying last night on Fan Circle, you could probably look to about at least maybe 5 names that could be starters as well. You've got to start in 11, and then there's like another 5 that could be starters as well.
Jeffrey being cheeky, don't ask for Bath picks, chat. Found out the hard way once. I'll find you, Jeff. People are saying Jonathan David is a good idea. Vlahovic is a good idea. That's quite an expensive good idea. Pete Coulson says, how badly is the new PGMOL directives going to impact us? Do not like the more physical contact to let games flow. Sounds like an open season on Saka, where he is getting a kick in every single game and gets very little protection from the referee, doesn't he?
I haven't seen these new directives, but just sort of like picking apart there what Peter said. If they're saying that they're going to allow more physicality in the game, be interesting to see how that means, because there was a bit of a time when I felt that the game was a bit too light. You couldn't literally breathe on anybody, if you remember some of the tackles that used to go flying in the late 70s when I first started watching football, and in the 80s with the big muddy pitches and players that didn't really have high protection shin pads back in those days as well. But yeah, like what I think it was Peter was saying, Saka's already getting it. That's not going to help him, is it? He's already a target.
Yeah, they do. So people put your predictions in the chat, and then I'll read them out at the end of the show, and I will try and get them done in 30 seconds or less, and then I will make a YouTube shorts from it. I hate YouTube shorts. When I see them on my own YouTube feed, I detest them, but sometimes they're good if you... and I don't know how to do it. I want to watch long-form stuff, which is a podcast, but sometimes it's a good idea. So I'm going to read them all out. You put them in there, and then the other way around. You put them in, I'll read them all out, and then we'll see where we go. And if I can get it done in 30 seconds, I will make a thing of it. And then tomorrow we can mock you mercilessly for the more. Mr. Waffles has been on the Portland wacky backy. So tomorrow, how do you think it's going to go, Stan? Do you think realistically we should go out there and smash them, shouldn't they? Because I'm just looking at their transfers this season. They brought in Chris Woods from Newcastle for centre forward for 12 million. They brought in a kid from Leeds, someone from Wimbledon, Nani Norquette from Man United. I mean, that's a made-up name. These are all just regens. Ola Aina from Torino. Never heard of him. Anthony Elanga from Man United. No,
I remember him. Elanga from United. Yeah. He was a young lad that was getting a lot of minutes. And I have to say, when I used to see Elanga coming on, he looked like he was a very useful player, very quick, very direct. I liked him, Elanga.
55 games, 4 goals. I'd imagine a vast majority of those are going to be games as a sub, so his minutes was 12 games and 3 goals for Sweden as well. But he's still only 21 years old. He's 5'10" and a winger. They've not bought in anything there that worries me. And just looking at the players that have left, Andrew Ayew's gone.
Sanchez. I thought he was going to go there.
I asked Chris about that, and he said, yeah, they were talking about it, but they've lost Andrew Ayew, Cafu, Jack Colback, Billy Fooster. I think I had him on a game of Football Manager recently. I think I had him on loan. Oh, there you go. He's gone. Who else? Jesse Lingard has gone. That worked out well. Sam Sturridge. I've had a couple of players go to the USA. And they're not really a great team. Loans in, none. Loans out, they've got rid of about 5, they've got rid of 6 players. So their pre-season, Stan, 0-0 at Frankfurt, lost 5-0 at home to Rennes. They lost 1-0 away at PSV, lost 2-0 at home to Leeds. It's not looking very good, is it? So what sort of game are you expecting tomorrow?
Well, the thing is with Arsenal is that we're not shy about creating chances. We create a lot of chances. Sometimes we'll finish a game, like maybe 3-1, and you look at the game and you think we could have had at least maybe another 3 goals in that game. The chances were there for it. So if people can finish, I'd like to think it could be like a 3-0, maybe a 3-1 with a scruffy goal that we shouldn't have let in, which would just remind them a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Man City have already set the bar today, haven't they? They've already gone out and got 3 points on the board. So in order to try and keep pace with them, we need to match that. We need to match the points. So it has to be a win. And I'd say maybe, if you're asking me for a prediction, 3-1.
Stan's going 3-1. I will ask you again after I've done all the predictions so that you can so it can be part of the thing. Ms. Block 32. The worst one is now having to wait 30 seconds before an injured player can rejoin play. I suppose they're trying to stop people wasting time. Pete's gone into more detail. New directives. Booking time wasting, booking Arteta for breathing, slacking on fouls to let the game flow, no heavy petting. Dive bombing is still allowed though. So that is the important. That's the one Stan wanted to know. He's got your speedos on and you'll be giving it large in the deep end with all the big boys. And now I'm just highlighting, saving all your predictions. Mr. Waffles says, if you're losing players to the MLS, you have issues. And Phil says, I assume Lingard will be off to the MLS. He's finished here, Shirley. Thank you, Stan Shirley. Melvin says there will be so much time. They will waste so much time. We could be there till midnight. There is going to be 10, 15 minutes extra time per half. So if you're going to games, you're going to get your money's worth. And Orange says Barca should have been 7 or 8. Barca games should have been 7 or 8 goals for us. Did you see the 5-3 MLS game over the MLS tour when we beat Barcelona? We looked magnificent at times.
Yeah, that was a good game. I enjoyed that. Yeah,
I tried to find somewhere to download it, but I couldn't find it, which is very sad. What else should we talk about, Stan? Because we've covered everything else, and for the life of me, I can't remember how we used to milk 45 minutes out of these things. We're done on 22. And that includes you going and answering the door.
I think one of the questions that I'm asking myself is who's going to play at the fullback positions, because we seem to be in the defence and in the fullback. We've got a variety of things that we can do. Right? Obviously, Zinchenko is still on the medical table, but at the left back position, it seems that anyone with a ticket can get a shift in there. You've got Kiwior, Kieran, Tierney, who always looks to be like the last man to get a sniff. Timber, who's looked very good playing in that position also, and on the right hand side, Timber again could also feature there. Tomiyasu could feature there, or he might stick with Ben White. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think it's obvious that Gabriel Megalegs and William Saliba will keep their places, but either side of them, it's going to be interesting to see which way he goes.
Yes. What do the chats say about this? Phil Mack says,
well, that Teabag will come off the bench and he will do something.
Fall over.
No.
Phil says, never a red for a tackle on Walker. Didn't help his dramatic throwing his arms up in the air. Well, the bloke is a knob. Clock Orange says, Zinchenko did not travel. Tierney did not travel with the squad. I mean, we've actually got 3 decent left-backs now. And that not including Tomiyasu playing there as cover. We've got so many good players. It's
Tomiyasu is a good player. That's right.
Phil says his fullbacks will be Benny and Timber all day long. Mr. Waffles, I think it will be White and Timber. Same. Ms. Block 32 is saying I'm yelling Timber. Hopefully nothing's falling down. Joshua says, talk about the hilarity of the mouth breather going to Germany.
Do you know what? I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see his first interview where he's like speaking German.
He's gonna make who was it? McLaren bloke when he was managing Alkmaar.
Yeah, that was good.
Steve McLaren.
Yeah, you speak in English, but you just put like an accent onto the English. That's speaking another language. Do you speak any
Dutch?
Sorry?
Do you speak any Dutch, having lived there for so long?
No.
That
means no.
Yes.
That means no.
Does it? Oh, dear, oh dear. Yeah, it's hilarious, him going there. They have massively overpaid. They think he's going to do wonders there. They are wrong. He will be back here next summer at Chelsea for about £50 million. And then he will come back because he wants to get that Premier League top goal scorers record. And he doesn't want to go directly from Spurs to a Premier League rival. So he's using Bayern to nip in there, get a couple of trophies. But hopefully my boys Dortmund will ruin everything for him next season. That would be lovely. And Pete says, would you start Timber even if Zinni was fit?
Yes, I would definitely every day.
Yeah,
I've not quite bought into what Zinchenko is selling, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a wait to try and see it, and then you see it occasionally, and then you go, well, hold on, there's a big hole at left back. I don't think I like that. But we could see. Go on.
I feel with Zinchenko, I didn't like the interview that he did with Piers Morgan, and it was more so because the Arsenal badge was front and centre. I just thought, why are we doing this? And then the other thing is as well, when he actually plays the game, I want my defenders to be able to defend first. If you can do other stuff, for me, that's a bonus, but you have to be able to defend first. He doesn't be able to seem to do that. And I also find that his personality on the pitch, he seems to be all bark and no bite. It's all well and good, like pulling all the players together to huddle up and start screaming at them what they should be doing and showing your passion and waving your fist. And then, like 5 minutes later, you're giving the ball away. You're the one that's making the mistakes. And that's just where I am. So I like what I see from Timber. If Timber can maintain how he's been playing at a consistent level, then we've got quite a player in our hands.
Yeah, Pete also asked, is Caicedo really going to pie off Cop and the Scousers? And would you rather he went to the Chavs than strengthen the Scousers? But yeah, looking at 110 million, aren't they, for Caicedo? That's a hell of a lot of money for someone who's barely out of nappies.
It's strange that he favours Chelsea over Liverpool. It just shows you where the pull is, right?
I'd rather play for Barnet than go and live in Liverpool.
I don't mind it up there. I don't mind it up there in Liverpool. I've been up there a few times, but
squeaking, I hate it.
I tell you what I'm glad about this Caicedo style, though. I hope it does go through, because then we will no longer have or Declan Rice will no longer have the weight and the burden of being the Premier League player with the record transfer fee. Because every time he does something, it's going to be record holder Declan Rice misplaced a pass today, or done something. But now that focus can go on to somebody else. So I'm glad about that.
Okay, right. I think that's everything covered. I'm just going to do the predictions now. I've made a little thing so I can see it when I'm editing the video. It's predictions time, and I've spelled all 3 words correctly. Good. So, anyone else want to put your predictions into the? Oh, we've got someone new in there. Levi says, if Zinni is fit, Rice can start at 6. If he's not, Partey at 6 until Rice and Timber learns to play at the back. Okie dokie. Any more people want to put your predictions in? We've only got 10 at the moment for Arsenal Forest. Oh, what a bad time to hiccup. That should not make the edit. Right, so we're coming to the end of the show. I'm going to do the predictions. I read them all out, and then I'm going to end the show. So here we go. Joshua Page has gone 3-0. The Arsenal. Mr. Waffles, 4-0 the Arsenal. Melvin, we're going to score more than 5. Stefan, 4-1 the Arsenal. Phil, 4-0 the Arsenal. Sai, 3-0 the Forest. I wouldn't expect anything else. Splitter. There's a cat in the way. Clock Orange, 3-0 the Arsenal. This one, I don't know what it says because the cat's in the way. Come on, move out of the way, cat. I've only got a limited amount of time to do this. 4-1 the Arsenal. Paul Nell, 3-0 the Arsenal. Pete Colson, 2-1 the Arsenal. Saka Brace. Have we got any more people making predictions? Hey, Timmy. Let me move this out your way for you, Mel Fruit. There you go. Move the banana. Don't want a cat laying on a banana. Good boy. Boy 10 has gone 3-0 the Arsenal. Levi's gone 6-0. Boy 10, 3-0. Tony has gone 4-0. This is going ridiculous because the cat he's falling over now. And BX has gone 5-1 the Arsenal. I am going to go 4-0 the Arsenal. Stan, what are you going for?
I'm going for 3-1 Arsenal.
Hopefully, all of that will make the edit. If it doesn't, I blame the cat. It's your fault, Timmy. Look at you. He's rolled over and he's showing me his belly. I've got my brother's cats living with me now. I've got 6 bloody cats. Ridiculous. Right, Stan, that's it. We are all done. I'm going to get rid of the thing that says predictions time. And next time, I'm going to try and get this down into 30 seconds or less. Wish me luck. So, yes, tomorrow, I don't have anybody coming to do the show with me because most of ABW decide, first game of the season. I'm going to go off on hollybobs and miss the game because they're useless. And, you're not free, are you, Stan? Because it's too early for you.
No, when you're doing the show, I'll probably just be watching the game.
I could move it to later if you want to come and join me.
I've got to go work after that.
We certainly do. So I'll either be doing it on my own or I'll drag someone on because Nick hasn't replied yet. And that's it. So thank you very much, Stan, for joining us. It has been lovely. Where can people find you on the Twitter? And if they want to go and buy some quality Arsenal schmutter?
You can find me on the X, as we now call it, right?
Certainly do.
It? Yeah. At Stan_the_man68. Also over on the Arsenal Fan Circle on Thursdays and Sundays. Wednesdays on the Fools Nelson's Wrestling Podcast. And I may be appearing tonight on Lolo on the Stoop. I think it's the first show back before the season starts. And I think I'm going to be on the panel for that later. In about an hour or so, I think it is.
There you go. Lovely.
Even if I'm not tuning in, it'd be worth a watch.
Hey?
I said, even if I'm not tuning in, it'd be worth a watch.
Yes. And I'm going to go and get changed, get in bed, and finish watching the series 3 of Mad Men because it's very, very good. A bit too much smooching and cuddling and shenanigans. I fast forward those bits because I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the deals. Yeah. Have you seen Mad Men? Do you like it?
I think I might have watched the first episode ages and ages ago, but I never went back to it.
It's worth it. It's good. It's pretty good.
I'm watching this I'm watching a thing on Netflix at the moment about World War II in colour. It's quite interesting.
Oh, is it about an hour and a half long?
I think it's like episodes.
Okay. BBC did one a while ago. It was pretty good. It's just a whole load of waste of money and time and effort. Oh, look, I made these as well. I made these that can pop up. I think that's going to be no. It'll be this. It'll be this one. But we will have. We're going Trossard up front, and some people are going Havertz up front. But that'll be the gist of our team tomorrow. Lots of people making their Premier League debuts. Well, 1. No, 2. No, Zinchenko. This is why I don't press buttons because I don't know what I'm doing. Right, people, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, either 6 o'clock with someone if I can be bothered, or maybe not, maybe a little bit later. I honestly don't know. I need to go and get changed and go to bed because I'm very, very tired. Thank you very much, Stan. You've been brilliant.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Timmy, for ruining the show. Not bothered. And we will see you later. Goodbye.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid.
Get down, dog.
Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I've just eaten a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at it. So when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.